everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Tess Talks, a rare Monday recording, but yet here we are. I've changed up the pace in which I record these and drop these, so please constantly just be checking. Please subscribe to Tess Talks 2.0. Life is just moving way too fast, so I gotta record these in smaller increments. I think the last time we left off, I had just judged the Gold Buckle Foodie Awards at the rodeo. Okay, well, that was on a Thursday. That next Friday, I was set to interview the Duck Dynasty family. So Korie and Willie Robertson, Willie and Korie Robertson, they are like basically the new generation of Duck Dynasty. Did you guys grow up watching like Phil and Cy and that crazy funny show? I know a bunch of the guys that I went to high school with loved that show. And I caught a couple episodes as well. I think my brother probably likes and watches that show as well. Well, I was supposed to record with them, so I stayed so late on Thursday. So I dropped the podcast on Thursday. I had an in-person work meeting, so I had to go all the way back to Timbuktu, and I had stuff to set up for the Duck Dynasty interview, and then I was putting together my Garden Oaks, which is a wedding venue package. Both of those things were happening on Friday. Well, I turn around and I look, and I wanted to hit some golf balls, and I look, and the sun's just going down. And instead of like trying to wrap up everything at work very quickly, I said, you know what, I'll just be right back. And I went, I hit a bucket of balls. I'm really, really working on my driver now, guys. The driver is getting a little more consistent. Don't let me become good at golf. Don't let me become consistent at golf, because I will be on that course. And we did just get another hour. We sprang forward. So another hour of sunlight. I'm very excited about that, coinciding with me trying to sharpen up my golf game. So I go, I hit the balls, and Sharpstown Golf Course is where I go. Let me tell you why. It's cheap. The courts are kind of beat to shit, but it's a good place if you're just learning, because you're not investing all of this money. There's this little girl crying to her dad, and he's like, come on, Riley, or I forget whatever her name is. He's like, come on. She's like, no. And he's like, oh, you guys can share the pink ball, you know? So I guess it was two little girls, and they were supposed to share the pink golf ball, but one girl was using it and the other one was in the golf cart, and she was like not having it. Well, as fate would have it, me trying to fix everything and be a do-gooder, I had just bought a big pack of these Callaway golf balls. They're like bright pink. And so I was like, does she need a pink golf ball? And the look of relief on this dad's face when he was like, why do you have one? I was like, it's in my car. I'll go get it. He's like, oh no, you don't got to do all that. I was like, no, I will go get it because I get it. And so I went and I got her the pink golf ball. I hung out there. Also, when I was in line to pay for a bucket of balls, they're like renovating the actual golf shop. So there's just like a side door that they're operating business out of. And there was this guy in front of me, and me and him were kind of like racing to see who would be first. Didn't matter. It took a long time for both of us. And so he's like, oh, can I have a bucket of balls? I think she needs one too, you know, because we had been kind of waiting. The guy who runs it, he's an older dude, and he takes his time. And I get it. You know, I get it. You just got to wait. And so he brings out two, and and he like charges the guy for my bucket of balls. I was like, oh no, man, I can Venmo you. He's like, don't even worry about it. He's like, you're going to be here for another year if you wait. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. So went out, hit the balls, talked to that guy a little bit, and I told him to follow me on IG. I hope he does, because he was pretty cool, and I could tell he was just like picking up the game too. He says he works out kind of far, and this golf course is kind of on his way home. Kind of got his little bit of a life story. He lives in the Garden Oaks area, very nice area, big yards over there. He said he's doing like some renovation. That's the plan. They bought the house. It's older, but they're going to add on to it. So, talking to people, just nice Houston peeps. Love it. Love when I get to know someone. And hopefully we'll see him out on the course. Me and Travis, I believe, have a tea time either this Wednesday or next Wednesday. I'm going. So listen, there's this new employee at my work. Her name's Dorothy. And whenever KPRC gets a new employee, there's like this board, and it gives you like 3 little fun facts about them. Like, oh, they're a dog mom. Oh, they're this. Oh, they're that. Well, on Dorothy's, it was like she played golf in college. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. So I go up to Dorothy real quick. I'm like, do you golf? You ever want to go out with someone who doesn't know what they're doing? Maybe give them a little pointers. And she's like, yeah. She's a lefty, but she's working on switch hitting and golfing. She wants to be able to play both. And I'm like, well, that is insane if you ask me. But we do have a tea time and we're going to invite some of these guys at work. I think another, a lot of people relocate to when it's new employees at KPRC. I take it for granted. I just moved parts of town, but a lot of people relocate for this job and they come here and they're looking to make, new friends at the office. And shoot, me and Dorothy seem to have a little bit in common. So I quite like her. Hopefully we get on the golf course. And then my buddy Jeremy, who's in charge of like more of the sales stuff, he was talking about how he just bought some new golf clubs. And so I'm like, hell yeah, like let's get this work golf club going. And I'll be the captain, even though I'm probably the worst one. Let's see what else. So, and we're set to do another shoot at Coasati Pines, not at Coasati Pines, at Coshada. But the first golf course I ever played, oh my gosh, was Coasati Pines in, what is it, Alexandria? Where's Coshada? Yeah. Anyway, hopefully we can get another round in, and I'm like better this time. So really excited about that. Lots of golf happenings in my world right now. And we did play the simulator as well. Simulator is just so different. Every shot is flat and perfect, even, all this stuff. But playing real course, I guess the only way you're going to get better. So did that, went back, made all my stuff perfect for the interview, had my questions ready. And then when we do the Zoom call with Willie and Korie Robertson from Duck Dynasty, the revival, season 2, out now on A&E, the connection just sucked. It just sucked. The Zoom call was awful. They sounded like robots. They were distorted. They were very lovely. I could tell they were very nice and answering my questions thoroughly, but I couldn't make out what the hell they were saying. So that was unfortunate. But that was like strike one, right? Strike one. Damn, okay. Worked all this, but you gotta go. The show's still on at 1, and I gotta make sure the Country Oak stuff is in. Well, the Country Oak stuff wasn't going in. Like, it was this error, and I guess it was my fault. I brought in a picture from my buddy Brian, who had helped me do the majority of the edit, and his computer is much more friendly with different versions of pictures. Mine only deals in JPEG. So I had put in this one beautiful picture and I hadn't converted it to JPEG. And so it was like messing up all of the files. Stupid, right? Yeah, stupid. So my Friday really was like kind of a bummer. And I just let it be, because it was like that had happened. I had kind of was just not feeling good about the flow of the work. I had been at the rodeo so many times. I was just tired. And so I came home. Was it on Friday? Yeah, I came home on Friday. And normally we go to open play at Third Coast Volleyball, but I just went to sleep and I forgot about volleyball. Had I remembered, I was just so tired. I was just so in my feelings that I didn't remember anything else I had to do. So came home, took a nap. Travis came. He was like, I'm not going to let you sulk there. I'm not going to let you sulk on that couch on a Friday night. And I was like, no, I'm sick. And that's true. Like, I kind of had been sick. Like, I'm on antibiotics. I'm on meds. I was like, I want to work out. He was like, you can't work out, but you can get up and we can, hang out. He went and got a pizza. He brought some wine, which I probably shouldn't have been drinking wine. It wasn't really for me. It was for him, but I was taking a couple of sips. And then I started feeling better. I started going through my spring clothes. It's just so much to organize, especially when you're in a small space, 1-bedroom apartment. Like, I got to put the winter clothes away to bring out the spring clothes. And then Saturday we wake up, we did the golf simulator. He knows I like doing that. He is mentoring some kids over at the Wolf Center in Houston at U of H, and they were doing an event at Post. So he was like kind of checking in on his kids, like off and on throughout the day. I had to MC the goat milking contest over at the rodeo. That wasn't until 4, but I knew all my friends were going to be there. Like, Derek was going to be there. Anna Yeli was going to be there. All the people from 93Q, Riggs, Caitlin, Marissa, who is on the marketing team for the rodeo, the PR team, for the rodeo. Like, everyone I love to see. And also, so I sit down at like 1:00 to do my makeup, try to figure out my rodeo outfit. And I always FaceTime Allison, my sister. And she's like, hey, your favorite person's on the way to Houston. And I'm like, who, mom? And she's like, yeah, mom. And I'm like, what the hell? So I hang up with Allison. I call my mom. I'm like, hey, mom, what are you doing? She's like, oh, just driving. And I'm like, okay, tight. Where are you driving? Oh, I'm going to Houston and I have your weight loss shot, your pin. And I've been needing it because I've been eating so much, but I don't want to come out of pocket for it. And so my mom's like on her way. Well, I'm like, hey, mom, well, I have this goat. Well, it's 1:00. She's already on her way. Goat milking's at 4. I do have a parking pass and an extra grounds ticket for her because that's what they gave me for goat milking. And I had another one from when I judged Gold Buckle Foodie Awards. So I have a parking pass and I have 2 grounds tickets, one for my mom, one for Travis. I'm like, hey, that actually might work out. And then I was like, hey, mom, do you like Dwight Yoakam? Oh my gosh, yes, I love Dwight Yoakam. I'm like, okay, bet. So I got us 3 concert tickets, did the goat milking. Travis did like a mission to get my mom her parking pass. And then we went and we watched the concert. Let me tell you what we ate. We went, we got a bottle of wine, delicious. We had that bacon on a stick. Me, my mom, Travis shared that. Oh, it was so savory and so full of flavor. That was so good. And then we had the chicken fried lobster. And my mom wanted another chicken fried lobster. But we were like, no, let's try other fair food. So then we got this elote in a cup. The corn was not roasted. It was not fire roasted. It was not good. We should have just gotten another lobster, like my mom said, but we didn't. And then we got another bottle of wine. But then it was when we got the last bottle of wine that we realized my mom was very inebriated, as was Travis. And speak of the devil, come on out, Martha. Come on down. My mom's here. She's still here. It is now Monday morning. That I was talking about Saturday night. She's here. Do you want to say hello?
Hi, everybody.
So there she is on the couch now. It's Monday morning, but we still had another adventure to do. So we come home. And by the way, okay, my mom, like I said, not a lot of warning going on when she was coming. So me and Travis were washing our bed sheets. We were washing the couch cushions. And like the apartment was it was like being clean, but it was also in disarray. So I tell everyone after the concert, and the rodeo concert starts early on Saturday, guys. It starts at the rodeo starts at 2:45 and the concert starts at 5. So we got home. I told Travis, I go, you go get the car and I'll take mom home on the metro and you can pick us up at Preston. But it was raining cats and dogs when we were getting on the metro rail. So we had quite the interesting time. I got very sleepy on the train. Travis picks us up. I'm like, guys, we have to go to sleep because I have an 8 a.m. shoot in Palacios, aka Palacios, aka an hour and a half from here, at an oyster farm. I'm like, mom, do you want to go? And at night, of course, it sounds cool. They're like, yeah, we want to go to an oyster farm. We're going to do an oyster tasting. Woo, woo, woo. It's going to be so fun. Well, my alarm went off at 6 a.m. I snoozed it 3 times. And Travis and Martha were not moving around as quickly. Well, actually, they were moving as quickly as you'd think someone who drank all night at the rodeo would be moving. But they got up. We loaded up. And we went out to Palacios. You guys, have you ever heard of Oyster Bros? Oyster Bros is an oyster company. They sell a Matagorda pearl oyster that is cultivated right in the Matagorda Bay. And guys, that oyster is the bomb. Oyster is so good. We learned all about it. We learned how they cultivate them, how they flip them, how they have them acres of an oyster farm out in the Matagorda Bay. They took us out there on their boat. We brought some back in. They iced them for us. We went to the hatchery. We went to the nursery. It was crazy. A full day of learning about oysters. But we were on the water and it was cold. We saw one dolphin, right? We saw one dolphin. I did. I saw a dolphin. We learned all about it. And I am going to do this story for Houston Life. Stories like that, I wish I could do every day. I mean, I would be exhausted every day. Maybe not every day, mom. Maybe like 2 a week like that. That would be a good routine. So anyway, shout out to Nick, Natalie, Jacob, the Oyster Bros family over there because they treated us so awesome. They were giving us the lowdown of the town. They were telling us about this Luther Hotel drama. There's this hotel from the 1940s that the whole town is fighting over. And they talked about the Vietnamese population over there. So there's most of the seafood that you eat in Houston comes from Palacios. 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 It's spelled Palacios. Anyway, so there's a huge shrimping community. There's Vietnamese people over there. There's Mexican people over there. There's white people over there. And that's really who makes it up the Palacios, Texas community. And they all have boats. They're all big families. Everyone knows each other. And it was just cool to go see. But again, they're fighting over that Luther Hotel because some billionaire or millionaire bought it and they want to buy up that waterfront property. And half the town is like, yeah, do it. And half the town is like, don't you dare do it. So that's what's going on in Palacios. We came back, and although we did get a lot of oysters, we were still very hungry because we had been moving all morning. So we stopped in Rosenberg at Boyle House, and that is Louisiana crawfish done right. My mom said it was too spicy. She ate a lot of it. She probably ate about a pound of it, but it was too spicy for her. The owner was super nice to us. He got her a pound of mild because we just got the medium, but that was too hot. So she got a pound of mild, and then he brought her out some boudin cheesy bread, and we had some beers, and then we came home and we all showered and we were toast. We stayed in for the rest of the night. It was really, really fun. It was a full day. Okay. It was International Women's Day yesterday. And of course, that was the day that they took an hour from. So that checks out. 23-hour day, only 23 hours to celebrate women. Okay. Not the full 24. What else? I think that's it. I mean, some point I need to say that Tess Talks is sponsored by J. Barrera Law. Me and my mom have a plan to get J. Barrera Law to Houston, because as they expand their business, we need them to be out here, and we want to get the family out here more often. So J. Barrera Law is your family law firm, and I wouldn't be in Houston if it weren't for them. They got me a rental car the night I got into an accident before my interview with Rod Ryan's show. Their Houston number is 713-295-1182. And I always just tell people, go to the website, check them out, jbarreralaw.com. If you are ever personally injured, you get into a car accident, you just need legal advice, give them a call. And this is the important part. You're going to be a little messed up from your accident. Your head's going to be going a mile a minute. But if you say, hey, I heard about you from Tessa, that makes me look really good. And we appreciate that on the Tess Talks 2.0 podcast. So my babies, that is going to be it for this episode of Tess Talks. We do have a full week planned. I have to go back to the rodeo. It is First Responders Day, sponsored by BP. So I have to go shoot a story on that. I think I'm going to take my mom to work today. Mom, how are you feeling about that?
Yes.
She's just excited to see Derek. She really drove all the way to Houston to see Derek. She's hanging out with me. She's biding her time with me, but she really wants to see Mr. Shore. And Derek also told me at goat milking that I better not leave without my mom saying hi. So we're going to go do that. My mom wants to do some facial treatments. I'm probably going to call Anti-Age Institute. They're another sponsor of Houston Life, and we'll see what kind of wheel and deal they can offer her. They're great. I love them. And then what else, Mom? What else are your plans while you're here in town? Are you going to go visit your friend Stella?
Yes, I'm going to visit my best friend from Corpus Christi, who now lives in Houston for the past 25 years. And then I will probably just shout out Tessa, be at her bid and calling.
Oh my God. So yesterday at the oyster farm shoot, my mom was like, it felt like she was a competing TV station. Like she was there with her camera and her, like asking her question. I was like, can you move? She was like in my way. I'm like, Mom, I need this for TV. Come over here, Mom. Come closer to me real quick. Okay. So my mom had me at 21 and Stella had her baby, Nicole, at what age?
At 16.
At 16?
Yes.
And so y'all were like friends together. Tell us a little bit about your little origin story.
Well, Estella checked into West Oso High School when I was a senior and she was a freshman. And she was the only brave enough female student to just stare me down. And
you liked that?
And I like that.
Because she wasn't afraid of you?
No, she was not afraid of me.
And Stella's beautiful now, but was she beautiful too when she was young?
Yes, she's always been beautiful. And besides the fact of her being a very young mom, she was a very good mom. She was on top of it, sterilizing bottles, making sure her daughter looked presentable, like not just, for show or to go out, but like 24/7.
Like always clean and cared for and fed. That's like a sense of pride for moms, right? Like
it really is. And,
that's why you get mad when Sophia's hair's not done, or because y'all know my niece, Sophia, my sister has a baby too. And my mom gets pissed if she's like not like dressed in perfect hair.
Yes, I do. Because and she's so beautiful as well, Sophia. I know beauty when I see it. And,
oh my God.
And we're just very fortunate to have some good DNA.
Oh my God.
And I'm humbled by that, really.
Okay, so Stella always had to get, what I find so crazy is that like now all these moms, like you can buy a bottle sterilizer, you can buy all this stuff. Back then, what would you do? Use just boiling hot water? Like,
yeah, you were fortunate. I mean, there were sterilizers out there.
Oh, okay.
So, but if there weren't, some people had them, some didn't. But even when I had she was every night she was here like, "Do you sterilize your bottles?" And I'd be
Thank
like,
God
"I'm too
for
tired."
Stella. Thank God.
And she would say, "You have to, Martha. You have to." And so she was a type. She's a very young mother. And then
she's a type though. She's like organized.
Yes.
Ducks in a row.
Exactly.
How do we have friends like that? I have a couple of friends like that. And look at my apartment.
And I'm a Virgo, and Virgos are known for being, precise and clean and organized. I have bought so many organizer products. I don't know.
You do love an organizer.
Yes. And I cannot tell you enough how I am just like obsessed of being organized. So I'll buy more organizers to organize the organizers I have.
Obsessed with the concept of organization, but not actually organized.
No. And like I cannot be, I've never had a friend whose house is not perfectly clean.
Yeah, like you're drawn to people. Like you wouldn't hang out with someone like you.
No.
I feel the same way.
Yeah. I mean, no, I would hang out with someone like me because I have fun by myself now. But I learned
you do
that.
hang out with you all the time. That's what we do.
Um,
So let me ask you something. When you decided to come to Houston on Friday, you didn't think it would be a good idea to call me, the person you were staying with, your daughter?
Not really. That didn't cross my mind.
Okay.
It was just a given. Like if I come to Houston, I'm staying with Tessa.
Okay.
And if Tessa doesn't want me here, I'll go to Stella's house.
Yeah, because what if I was in a bad mood or crazy?
I know, because we are known to be
a little crazy.
Little crazy.
So listen, what are you excited about, Miss Ma'am? You're on spring break right now. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, at the time of my life so far, I mean, I got to see Dwight Yoakam at the rodeo. I got to see
1,000 miles from nowhere.
I know. It was so great. Oh, and at the rodeo, I had lobster. It was so good.
You want it, Mom? We bought it. I go, let's share it. It was a big old tail they fried. We each got 2 big bites, and you go, another one. I want another one. Why would you buy anything else but that?
I know. And it was so delicious. And then the fried bacon.
I just didn't want us to get over sick and overwhelmed. Too much of a good thing is not a good thing. That's how I feel.
Like if I have the opportunity, I am buying
You're gonna get it
lobster.
Again. Okay,
yeah.
You will. You will have the opportunity. We'll go later. But hey, listen, you know what I was thinking when you said you were a Virgo?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Libra. Allison's a Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
But look, if I go to my CoStar app, and then I go to me, my moon, my Mars, and my Venus are all in Virgo. And then look, and then my Saturn, my Mercury, my Pluto are all in Scorpio. So my other 2 dominant traits are just like you and Allison. If you listen, and let's keep listening to me. If you go to Allison's, Allison, her moon and her Mars and Venus are in Libra, and these Mercury, Pluto, Saturn are in Virgo.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
And I think I would be willing to bet money that your chart, I think yours is in Scorpio here, your moon, and I think your other descendings are Libra. I think we all have the opposite of each other. I'm not kidding. Me and Allison figured this out the other day, and we were bro, we're like all the same but different. Yeah. We're like the same person in different fonts. It's fucking weird.
Oh,
it's so weird. And Allison gets so mad because I call her and I go, hey, where's the baby? And she goes, she's with her dad. And I go, ew, okay, well, I'll talk to you later. And she goes, you don't want to talk to me. I'm like, not really. I want to see my baby. But the baby,
She's like all three of us, I'm telling you.
The baby is so amazing.
She is.
She's so fun. And we're all going on a trip to Alaska in May. And we're taking the baby the baby's going to Alaska. The baby has a passport. Her little passport pictures look like a mugshot. Yeah. They're so funny. Okay, anyway, it's about to be 9:00. I try to get to work about 10:30 these days. So any parting words for the Tess Talks subscribers? Right now there's like only 20.
Well,
it's because I don't have my big platform like I used to with Rod Ryan. Like I used to throw it on the Rod Ryan Show website and I would get a ton of listeners. Well, when I left, they took it all off. They took it all off the website. So now, but I'm in talks with iHeartMedia and we'll see where that goes. I can't say too much, but I'll be back on a bigger platform here soon. But I just appreciate the people that subscribe and listen now. So.
Okay, so I have some parting words.
Okay, go ahead.
Ready? Life is like being on a roller coaster ride. Sometimes you can predict drop-offs, and other times you just have to hang on because the next turn sends you into an unexpected spiral.
Yikes. All right. Well, that was very wise. You definitely didn't read that from a meme that you screenshot on your...
No, it's not a meme. It's my daily motivation.
Oh, it's your daily motivation. Okay. All right. Why is my friend Kayla sending you stuff?
She doesn't. She just appears magically.
Okay. All right. That's another circus, another dog and pony show. Okay.
Another day.
Mom, on Wednesday, it'll be a year since Dad passed away on the 11th. So I've been telling people I'm probably going to get very emotional, but I'm glad you came. I'm glad you were around because I think I needed family around this week.
Yeah, I can usually tell when you do.
Well, thank you for coming and thank you for listening to this Tess Talk. We love you, babies. We love you. We're sending you all of our love. Goodbye.
Ciao.
Ciao.